Sad day today. Very, very sad day. Just found out, looking on the internet, that one of my favourite actors, one of my favourite action stars, one of my favourite martial artists has passed away. Age 86. That being the legendary Chuck Norris. Yep, Chuck Norris passed away, age 86. I know he was packed in a lot of illnesses and he was very ill, but it's to a kicking the balls. Because I grew up in the days, my action, my Marple, my TC Comics, the stars like Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jackie Chan. Same on me, I didn't see Bruce Lee in my later days, but Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris, the man I'm talking about. Van Damme, I never liked Steven Seagal, but that's a different story for another day. Dolph Lundgren, I didn't mind him. Sylvester Stallone, whether it be the Rambos, the Rockies, and so on. But Chuck Norris was one I always respected. Always liked Chuck Norris. I think he had a good head on his shoulders. But it was time to retire from action films, and like normally when they keep doing it, he decided to call it a day and retire from action films. Chanted Expendables 2, he did make a cameo, and so on. But I like Chuck Norris. So it's a sad day that Chuck Norris has passed on. It's going to be a short one, this, but it's a sad day. I remember reviewing in Force of USA, I remember reviewing all the missing in actions, and so on. You know what I mean? I remember reviewing all of them. I remember reviewing Silent Raids, unestimated sort of horror, thriller, action film. I remember reviewing the Bruce Lees. I remember the one Way of the Dragon. Now let's get a bit of history. Why not? Why not? The history was 1972. Bruce Lee directed, sad to say, only ever directed one film, being Way of the Dragon. And nearly at the end, nearly at the middle, he decided to have Chuck Norris at the time. Chuck Norris was his student. So Chuck Norris appeared as the villain. I always loved the iconic fight scene where he's in Rome and he's fighting with Bruce Lee. Brilliant, iconic. Every time I think of Way of the Dragon, I just remember the scene where he's in Rome, Bruce Lee, Chuck Norris. And it's sad now because two legends are no longer with us. I know it's been there since Bruce Lee passed away, but now Chuck Norris is gone. So I don't know if I could ever see Way of the Dragon the same ever again now. Because both of them are no longer with us. May they both rest. And, I remember the days when I watched Missing in Action. Love Missing in Action. And there's always a bit of me that wonders whether Sylvester Stallone or the producers that did First Blood Part 2, the Rambo film, saw Missing in Action. Because it does have a similar story. Think about it. Soldiers missing, taxed as a prisoner. Chuck Norris, a one-man soldier, goes on the mission to rescue them, meets a mate on the way, and the rescue meet people who are missing in action. You look at First Blood Part 2, very similar. And I also like Missing in Action 2. It's a slow burn, but nearly at the end, when he goes after the main villain and they have that ultimate fight, it's the highlight of the film. You want to see that villain get his well deserved because he's such an evil bastard. You want to see him get his well deserved. I also like Missing in Action 3. I think that's one of my favourite of action films, of the Missing in Action films. Definitely had a lot of action. I think Chuck Norris kicks ass. I love the line in what he says where the guy says, "Don't be stepping on toes." And Chuck Norris just looks at him and he says, "I don't step on toes, little John. I step on necks." Love it, love it. And 85 was actually a good day for Chuck Norris. Like I say, he did the second Missing in Action, did a lot of other films in 85, and one of my favourites would have to be in Force of USA. In Force of USA, damn good action film. It was that era when they were trying to do a lot of spin-offs of Rambo. You could say in Force of USA is one of them. Always watch it near Timbo time because it's sort of, people say, is it a Christmas film? But I like that one. I like Enforcer USA. My other one, what a lot of people would say was a rip-off, a spin-off of Indiana Jones, is Firewalker. Again, it's going to be sad because not a simple actor is around anymore. You know what I mean? Both of them have died. His sidekick died in that Firewalker. And he's now passed on to Norris. But I always like that scene. Yeah, it's an Indiana Jones sort of wannabe rip-off. But I like that. I'm always a sucker for them films. I'm always a sucker for them adventure films. So I kind of like that. I like the ones what he did, if I can remember the name of it. What I thought, Delta Force. Delta Force, damn good film. With Lee Majors, may he also rest. And again, Chuck Norris, damn good film. I also like Delta Force 2. I think Delta Force 2 is an unestimated sequel. I'll say it again. Unestimated sequel. And then, as we know, as you went on into the 90s, you had Tetsit Ranger. I remember watching a few episodes of Tetsit Ranger. I didn't mind it. It was that good series. It lasted a good amount of days during the 90s. But yeah, Tetsit Ranger. I thought it was a good series for him. I thought it was a good start for him to go into TV shows and so on. And the does he did. And then he kind of took Norris down and retired from acting at that point. He decided, fuck it. He retired. But I respect him for that. You know what I mean? You got actors trying to make a comeback, whether it be Shy, whether it be fucking Anna, and so on. He knew when to call it a day. And he was wise. He was wise to do that to Norris. He didn't need all that. He had loads of money. He had the best for the 70s. I do like one film. It was called Long Wolf. Remember that with Kung Fu Star. And he played a character you love to hate. Really did. And I also loved that one, Long Wolf. I also remember The Tom, with one of the ones that played the villain in it. So it's played the villain in the original American Ninja. The Tom, never seen it. Damn good martial art film. Very unestimated film again by Chuck Norris. And what pisses me off the most is you can very rarely get any of these films on DVD. You can very rarely get any Chuck Norris films on DVD. Yeah, you can get them on video, all worn out and look like shit. But some of his films, get them on DVD, get them on Blu-ray. It's like trying to find a fucking virgin in a red light area. It really is. Really is. But there, Chuck Norris, may he rest. I'm going to miss him. Damn good martial artist. Damn good actor. Damn good action star. May he rest in peace. To Chuck Norris. See you later.